Hello, friends, and welcome to the Toxic Fallout Party. Oh, okay, the party's ended? Alright, well, good time, friends. Good time. Okay, so, here's where we currently stand. We are in, oh gosh almighty, okay. We're in an interesting position at the moment, because we can't go outside, so as a result, we're all going to just have to hunker down and hope and pray that things are going to be okay. I am also, just so that we can get things, continuing along in here. I want a stockpile zone, please. And I want a stockpile zone here that is going to be for clear all critical chunk. And I want granite chunks to be hauled in. Now, our people aren't going to be doing any of that because they're all locked indoors. But I'm going to make sure that that our golems, so Robo Dude unrestricted, very nice. Slate Golem is currently sleepies, and the other Mecha Golem is currently sleepies as well. Let's wake them up. And let's make sure that they're set to completely unrestricted, because I believe that one of them, yeah, okay, you can be unrestricted, and Mr. Slate Golem, when you wake up, if you could, so I've got you set to this steel hauling zone. Does that also include? It does. It does include the chunk storage, so we can get him to do some hauling of that. Actually, you know what? Let's just unrestrict it entirely. Let's get them doing what they need to be doing. There's plenty of granite chunks in here, which I'm going to mark to haul. And hopefully, what we're going to find is during our little hide inside period, I hope we can get these walls done per. That'd be really lovely to seal us off from the nuclear fallout that's happening outside. Yeah, so let's go ahead, get a few things built in here, and I think we should be totally fine for food and that sort of thing. I am slightly worried about trekking across down to like feed the ducks and things, because people will be doing that, but they won't be staying out there for a long time. Like Giggles' bedroom is exposed at the moment. Initial toxic buildup is not good. Okay, here's what I think we should do. I think we should roof over this area to at least keep people out of danger. So let's build a roof over this. And we can have a roof over here as well, so people can stay undercover as they go down there. And then this whole section here, I know that there are pod launchers and things, but we can remove the roof later on. I'll actually remove this growing zone as well. But yeah, we can remove the roof later on when it's time for us to venture back outside again. Should we have some columns? I think we should. Making them out of steel does make me sad. I'm going to mark them to be made out of some kind of stone, which I think should do the trick. I think maybe just one of them here in the middle. I think we do have some limestone floating about. We even have some sandstone. I have no idea what we'd even use that for. We've got a prosthetic arm that remains unfinished, and Lumpy is cutting some granite, which is fantastic. Okay, good. How are you doing, Mr. Slate Golem? Bringing in some more granite chunks. That's lovely. If we can just keep that filled up, then we can just keep a little bit of stuff going on. A little bit of rock cutting, stone cutting, Bear's doing some at the moment. That's fantastic. And hopefully what we're going to find is that we get through a bunch of these jobs and someone's going to start going and doing some cleaning. At the moment, though, I'm actually going to force a little bit of cleaning in here, Bowler, if you wouldn't mind, because it is rather filthy in here. There are some additional ducks being hauled in, and that's totally fine as well. And Evo is doing a whole whack ton of ye olde butchering. How are we doing with... Is there any magicite floating around up here? There is. Let me just select that. Yes, please. And let's haul that urgently. I don't know if the golems are going to obey an urgent haul request, but we're about to find out, because I would love to get those in. There's 446 here. How much was up here? There was 154, so not really that spectacular. But it is, it's something. It's something. Now, how are we looking here? We've got 2 beds available. Kanka, would you like an actual bed? And Amundsen, how are you doing? Yeah, that wake-up addiction is going to get worse and worse. That's why she's been having berserky fits. And Kanka, I'm looking actually forward to getting Kanka online, because with the lockdown sort of situation that we have at the moment, it's a nice little echo, right? we're locked down, we have to stay indoors, and therefore Kanka is going to have to do some art. Which, I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of people that I know that got stuck into doing some arty things during the lockdown, myself included. Yeah. So I think that'll be fun. Hang on. Here's what I'm going to do. Expand allowed area indoors, because this should be... It is. Okay, good. And Eric is building the roof out here, so that's fine. That will help to keep people that are moving through this area protected. This will need to be shut off, because I don't believe it can be used whilst it's under a roof. No, see? It actually like fully shuts down. So faction unrest, that's a shame. Let's toggle this off for now because we don't really need to be doing it. Sugar is having a go frenzy, that's fantastic. And how are these ducks doing? It is -2 degrees, which is not great, but not terrible. There is a whole bunch of corpse bile down here, and you know what? I think we should get on top of that. Eric, would you do me a huge solid, my friend, and clean these 2 rooms up? The animal filth isn't a huge problem because it can be absorbed by the straw matting that we have in here. But this corpse bile, if it gets tracked up into the kitchen, I find that that's one of the biggest culprits because it is just so unclean towards people getting food poisoning. So let's go ahead and clean this all up, making sure that we don't have any problems. And hopefully we can build the rest of these walls, but it does require some wood, of which we have basically 0 right now. And we're not going to be able to get any anytime soon, because all of the places where the wood is stored, well, that's all outside of our allowed area. So let's not, well, I say stored. It's stored in trees, which is kind of a not really, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, it's fine. I mean, I could consider growing some trees, but I don't think that we're going to be able to do that, really. It'd be really lovely if you could build, like, high roofs. There probably is a mod that allows you to do that. Like, build a high roof so that you can grow trees under a high roof, but I don't believe that that is a thing. Well, if it is a thing, I don't know what the mod is that does that. So, this is all ticking along nicely. Now, I'm thinking, I've been looking at this, right? I've been looking at this little zone, and I put it all the way down here because I wanted to have this zone here available for animals. And now that we've decided that we don't want any animals in here, I think it might actually be worthwhile for us to move this whole growing zone up here and then triple reinforce this wall down here to prevent anyone tunneling through, because fighting in here is an absolute pain in the butthole. Terry Interstellar is passing by. Let's grab Eric and wake Eric up. We'll wait for Eric's rest to get up over 90% or thereabouts. Sail and Princess doing some great research here. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of that. Eric, come and trade with these guys, see what they have. We have a number of ducks that actually, in hindsight, instead of murdering them, I could have sold them, but that's totally fine. We can also look at, let's see, you can buy some yayo and some wake up from me, that's totally fine. Would you like to buy, oh, Commander? Delicious. We can't afford it, but it would be very, very nice. $13 seems to be the going rate for Magicite, so I think that's just going to be what we have to pay when it comes to doing that. And we really can't buy it, huh? I mean, I could try buying as much as possible. So just be like 100 or 120. Or 110? 110. Should I? I don't think it's worthwhile. I really don't think it's worthwhile. Like, I think that with the mining that we're doing, we should be able to get that Magicite fairly easily. It does mean, though, that we need to, like, trek our way across some toxic fallout to get there. I could build... Actually, no, I couldn't, because that's there. Hang on. Hold the phone. Hang on. There's a combat supplier as well. Eric, see what they've got on offer. We do still have a good amount of weapons that we can sell to them. That's the other guys, so let's try calling Cranktown Corporation, which is the combat supplier. And they have some barrels. Okay, so let's see. You can have a wooden stuff. a wooden mace. We'll keep the Dane axes, that's fine. We've got a sniper rifle. There's a heavy crypto axe there, which would be quite nice to have. I'm going to keep that EMP launcher in case we get hit by some nasty old mechanoids. And then flak vests, yep, and some gold. Okay, so there's not really anything here that I want. That will be fine. Okay, great. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's have a look at the roofs. So this is deep roof here. Now, what I'm thinking... Oh, I've got a cunning plan. A cunning plan. If I do a little cheeky structure, and then a door, just a steel door, in the corner of the hospital here, it needs to support medium. Okay. Needs to support medium. Okay, what about there? Okay, because this is not heavy terrain. This is, and I don't want to cut into that. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go orders, and then we're going to cut through like this. Oh, okay, that's because that's constructed stuff. That's fine. So let's go like this and this. If we do hit... Actually, do I need to even... I could... Hang on. Whoa. Because this is going to be roofed. Because it says that it's roofed. It's light green. And then we can come up like this. And I'm just going to cut like a path that goes up and around like this. And then from here, we can dig in like that. How does that sound? I will probably need to wall this off, or at the very least, hold up. If I put a steel door there, right? And then let's go ahead and go zone. And we're going to expand the indoors area to include this whole path. Like this. And all the way down to here. And all the way down to here. And down. Done. Right? Okay. So let's do that. And then from there, I can let people into this zone. Right? Once they've dug through, and I'm assuming that Lumpy will probably be the first person to get cracking on that, although Lumpy is currently hauling some kibble. Lumpy? Okay, hauling some kibble down to the male ducks, which is totally fine. We do need to keep them alive. The female ducks doing quite well. They don't currently have any food whatsoever, so actually they're not doing very well at all. How's the hay grass situation? It's coming along. Best not to worry about that too much. Okay, so... Per is completing... Oh my god. Friends. Are you as excited as I am? I am very excited because this floor of beautiful arabesque granite tiles is finally almost complete. It's not complete. It will be shortly. But it's almost complete. And that, my friends, makes me a very happy camper because I'm so sick to death of seeing that shit being dirty and filthy. So, yes, getting that done is fantastic. Gizzo and Bowler having a fine meal. Fantastic, as is Clav. We've got some Hefnol table action going on over here. Oh my god, and now we're getting some cleaning. Sale is getting deeper into the skill tree, or the job tree. This is spectacular. I'm really happy to see that this is happening. It means that we are getting on top of everything just nicely, and we can now look to doing some more advanced things. Did the roof get built through here? It didn't, and that's probably because that's not marked as indoors. So let's mark this and that, because that was where the roofs were. Although people are going to be coming through here and then going, like I saw someone before come through here, and then out this door, and then in this door to drop off the kibble for the male ducks. So, or should I say drakes? So yeah, this should fix that, and they'll just run around the outside instead of going through the duck pen to get there. Okay, good. So that's fantastic. I think that's really, really nice. How are we looking here? Oh my goodness me, I'm loving it. I am loving it. Do I need to even bother? Let me check the roof situation here. Yeah, there are a few gaps. But you know what? I think it's going to be okay. Let me go ahead though and just make sure that this whole zone, like that and then that, is marked to have a roof, so that they'll walk along the stony bit here. See, there's some magicite there. Lovely. Grab that. Bring that in. But they'll walk along the stony edge of the little pond here. In fact, there's a fishing zone here. We may even see people stopping here and having a little fish if we get deep enough into the tech tree. And that'd be lovely, you know, because fishing's fun. Fishing is a good and noble pastime, a good hobby. It's a good way to spend the time. Get yourself out into a little bit of nature. We need another little tiny bit of roof just through there, if you please, just to make sure that this is all roofed up. And then we're in like Flynn. So this is now indoors, negative 30 degrees Celsius, which is what we want to see. And now that this is totally available, I'm totally happy to count this whole area up here as indoors. So let's start at the top and just expand all the way. Oh shit, okay. Let's expand all the way and have this whole area marked up as indoors, right up to about there. That should be fine. Okay, good. So Eric and Sale are getting up here. They're going to start hauling the magicite that I've tagged up urgently, and then we should see someone like Lumpy or whoever coming up and doing some more mining. There's also some delicious components here, which are a little bit damaged because this was classified as outdoors for a while there, but they should be okay in the short term to just sit there. I mean, they're refrigerated, so it's totally fine, right? Okay, good. So let's get rid of all of that stuff. We still have this animal filth down here, which really is starting to jip me. Jip me? Irritate me. Irritate me. That's the correct term. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and let's grab some granite walls. It is... Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay, well, I guess it's going to have to be... well, hang on. What about if I do a little something like this? Okay, we can replace some of these walls with granite. And we can replace this wall with granite. I will probably have to expand the allowed zone to include that little guy there. And oh dear, we're out of wood entirely, huh? Okay. Yeah, it's really weird because you can't put straw matting down on top of a bridge, which is what this is. But look, it's just the way that it be. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure that this allowed area here includes these walls. So that we can work on them and replace them with granite, and then we'll get a little tiny bit of wood back, which we can turn into some wooden walls. And oh yeah, we can do it like this, build copy. So let's just build that up, and that way we can get rid of, well, animal starvation doesn't help. Building unusable due to roof. Yes, we're aware of that. That's totally fine. Hungry pan animals is not a problem. We don't need to worry about that. Well, we do, but this is happening. It's growing. It's happening. Amundson's resistance has been broken. Fantastic. Let's get her on board. She can have... hang on a second. Hang on. Okay, we've got a couple of spare bedrooms. That's great. Now, who was it that had this room and they were ascetic, and as a result they were happy with having a terrible room? Have I forgotten? Underground is sanguine, bisexual, technophobe, ascetic. Giggles. Giggles, you need to be assigned to this room, please. Because you need to have a shitty bedroom. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem in that and there is a mod to fix this, but when ascetic people go away, I don't have that mod installed because I didn't think that it was going to be a problem. But essentially, when people are away, their beds become unassigned. And then someone else can move in and be like, oh yeah, I like this bedroom, it's really nice. Or, you know, I like that bedroom, or whatever the case. No, I mean, in this case, his bedroom was unassigned, or Giggles's bedroom was unassigned, and when they got back, they just chose a random bedroom instead of picking up the previous bedroom, which is what they are supposed to do, which is what they don't do because the game doesn't think about that. So there's a mod that remembers and does the, oh my god, look at this rotten corpses, and poor Mr. Fleshy. We're going to have to make another Mr. Fleshy. I don't know how, considering we don't actually have the ability to get any human meat at the moment, but anyway, so yeah, it is a bit of a problem, which there is a mod to fix, but I don't have a copy of that mod right now, so it's totally fine. We'll worry about that at a later date. Okay, how are we looking down here, Per? You going to do some balls for me? You are? Fantastic. You get some wood, and where are you taking that wood? You're refueling a generator. Probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. I might be able to toggle a couple of these off. And that one, and that one. Okay, let's toggle 3 of them off, and we'll keep an eye on our power levels. I just don't want to waste what little fuel we have, what little wood we have. I'd like to get that animal filth taken care of, just for my own sanity, you know? Amundsen. Okay, Amundsen, you know what? I'm okay with that, but what's your first name? William Amundsen. I reckon we can just call you Billy. Because why not? Why not Billy? We might come up with a new nickname for you later on, but let's stick with Billy for now. So Billy is going to be mining and plants. Fantastic. Those are 2 things that we need a good amount of. I also note, Billy, that you've got quite a good amount of social. So I'm happy for you with 7 to be alongside Eric on the wardening side of things. No construction, thank you very much. You do have the skill, but I don't want you to be doing that. Harvesting, growing, mining, drilling, plant cutting is great, and then you can slip down into the catch-all bucket from there. That will be great. Joked about guilty pleasures. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. Okay, Kanka, how are you feeling, my friend? How's your prisoner status? At 0.2, you are very close. Very, very close to being usable, and I'm looking forward to it. And how are we doing up here? We don't seem to be doing any mining at the moment, unless I've just not been catching them in the act. Duck 71 is no longer incapable of walking. That's fantastic. Let me just double check this. Indoors. Yes. Yes. Billy? Aha! Here comes Billy. Coming through that door there. She did walk through. He did. He. They did walk through the pond to get there. It'd be nice if they used the footpath that's here. We might be able to make... I tell you what, we do have granite coming in. Let's go ahead and give ourselves, I think, a nice little brick path that leads up there. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. Am I going to do it anyway? You bet your butt. You bet your absolute keister that I'm going to get in and make a pretty little path up to the mining site. Partially because it's fun, and why wouldn't you? And also because it means that we won't be trekking too much shit back into the hospital, which is where you definitely don't want shit being tracked into. It's generally best to keep that nice and clean so that when people get infections, they don't, you know, well, die. Cool. So Billy, come on back. Welcome aboard. What's going on up here? This is not happening. That's totally fine. We can get this done. But like, there's a whole bunch of mining to be had, a whole bunch of magicite to be gathered, and we can go ahead and just let that trickle in. And yeah, fill our little magical coffers, shall we say. 675 is our current stash of magicite. Now, let's have a look. So Billy, what were you? Let me just double check. Okay, so you weren't... Was there someone that was magically gifted, or was it one... I think it was one of the... I think it was one of those wild people that I'm remembering being magically gifted, or is it Kanka? Let's see. Kanka, psychically dull. Okay, no. Alright, so let's go ahead then and start down the path of the next level of magical person that we want here. Now, there's 2 ways that we can go about this. If I give someone... You know what? If I gave someone... Hang on, I'm going to let the game run while I'm thinking about this, because we don't have any special stuff at the moment in the Hall of Heroes. So there's 2 ways that we can consider this. If I made, was it Sail? Yes, with 16 points of shooting. If I make Sail a sniper, I think that's probably going to be the best way to go. I could also, I mean, there's 2 things we could go for Sail. We could go sniper, and assign, okay, Kanka's on board, fantastic. Kanka, oh shit, and hang on, let me just make sure that you 2 are restricted indoors as well, so that you don't wander out and immediately die of the filthy poison that's on the map. Let's get your skills set up. Handling and training with a skill of 4, I don't think so. Repairing with a skill of 4, I don't think so. No harvesting, thank you very much. You can do a bit of training, that's fine. You can do some art, and you've got a skill of 10. Our other people have a skill of not even worth it. So, you are now our dedicated artist, and from there, you can then do... Artists don't load, or cremate, or deliver. You can do hauling and cleaning, and if I then see you idling, you know what? You can then do some fishing. That's totally fine. Totally fine. So, welcome aboard. Where even are you, Kanka? Let's follow you about for a bit. Nice new parka. Get rid of that old crap. Great. And is there any art for you to do? No, there's food for you to eat. That's totally fine. You're doing a bit of moving things around. That's fantastic. That's what I like to see. And then there's some stuff to move around down in here as well. Great. Furniture and blocks and things. Great. Oh, this is fantastic. Look, I'm really happy to have you on board. I know that it seems a waste of your artistic talent to be just hauling shit around the base, but really, this is a job that needs doing. And I'm very happy to have you on board helping the golems to keep things clean and tidy, and to make sure that we basically are on top of all of the needs that we have in this base. He's also going to haul those meals in and some more medicine. Oh, look at this. It's like a well-oiled machine. A well-oiled machine. I'm absolutely loving what's happening at the moment. Off to Betty Buys, and tomorrow he's probably going to get up, do a bit more hauling, and then do some tidying up in this base and keep it all spick and span, and that will make me very, very happy. Alright, so, what do we need to think about? I think we need to think about making sail physically gifted. Gifted? So, no, that's a duck. I would like to talk to Purr, please. Purr, would you like to do me a little bit of a favour here? I would like you to make a new gem of physical insight. And there's two ways that we can think about this. Oh, no, wait. I was going to say, we could make Sail a super soldier, but super soldier is a serum, and I don't think we can actually construct that. No, really, I'd like you to finish that, please, Per. It's... Okay, so why start again? Okay, look, just cancel that then. I'm pretty sure that we just lost a bunch of... oh, God, he's going all the way in the middle of nowhere to make that happen. Look, okay, hang on. Look. This is the problem when hauling is too fast and too good. So, Per, prioritize doing this, please. Okay, yes. Don't know why you're climbing over the table to do it. Okay, now, because you've been forced... I'm hoping that what's going to happen here is that you continue to do this until it is done. I know that you would like to rest and have some recreation, but I want you to finish this in one nice swoop so that we don't get an unfinished gem, which then gets stuck because of things. Anyway, so let's get Sail to become physically gifted. Now, when we get enough magicite, we can do one of two things here. I could make a martial book. And I could get Bear then as our legendary sniper to write that book and get Sail to become another sniper. Or if I get Sail to write that book, I could get some other form of physical book. Now, the problem with that is that because Sail is mostly about shooting, it may be like some kind of melee class. I mean, Sail does have good melee, but if I were to give someone a melee special class, I have to say that I would prefer that to be... who was it? Was it Bowler? Or was it... Giggles? No. Bear. So Bear's a sniper. Sail, Billy, Kanka, Princess? Who was it? I think it might have been Sugar, you know. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe not then, because Sugar is already doing the empath thing. So being a brawler would have been handy to give her some kind of physical thing. But as that's not the case, well, then never mind. I'll just make a sniper book and give it to Sail, and then we have two snipers and Sail. Have you grabbed a weapon? You have. You've grabbed a sniper rifle. Disabled, not set to drafted. Do you actually have it, or is it a memory of a sniper rifle? No, you've got one. Okay. No, wait, yes, because I gave it to you. Gosh, my memory. Sometimes I wonder. Okay, power is a bit of a problem here. So I'm going to turn this guy off. And I'm going to turn off one of the research desks, just temporarily. Just to save us a few watts. And we can turn off that, and... Does that require power? No, it's just a bench. So what I'm hoping, we've got some wind power coming in. We've got 2 geothermal generators running, producing 3,600 watts. We currently have about 1,000 watts of excess with the lights on in the grow zones. Is this one running down here as well? It's not. That's actually a problem. Okay, and we're dipping below 0 at the moment. We are coming up onto nighttime. Actually, no, these are off. Oh dear. I got confused because the lights are in the edge. It makes it look like they're on. Okay, well, let's hope that these solar panels, when the morning comes, are able to generate enough power to keep those running, because these are currently completely out of action, and the only way for us... Is it time? How many stored stone bricks do we have? 262 slate and 180 granite. We are able to produce more granite. I think it's time. I think it's time. Let me grab some granite wall. That's a slate wall. Let me grab some granite wall from here. So we've got some more coming in down here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to start replacing the walls in the base. All of these wooden walls, I'm going to slowly replace them. Now, it's not super duper necessary because of the fact that, well, we don't quite have that much stone to be able to do this. It's not super duper necessary for a number of reasons. Like the external walls are all stone, so they're actually okay. In fact, we can't do anything through there because it's all bridged. But it is actually going to be a relatively good thing in the long term because it'll protect against fires. It'll protect against it'll slow down raiders from punching their way through the walls. There should be a reasonable amount of benefits that come from doing this. It'll provide better insulation through in this zone, which I've just realized that was slate there as well, but that's totally fine. And we may as well, we're not going to be able to do that because that's all bridged if memory serves, and then we can do this and this and this and that, and that'll do for now. And when I say that'll do for now, I've just replaced like pretty much the entire base's walls. So, look, it's sometimes you need to go over the top. You know, sometimes you go a bit crazy and do a little bit extra, but that's totally fine. All right, cool. So, how are we looking in here? It's very filthy, very filthy. Kanka, what you doing, my friend? Hauling granite to stockpile. Okay. Okay, I mean, it's not really that important. What I'm going to get you to do, Kanka, I'm going to set you up to clean at a level 2. Then you can do training and art and then hauling. Because we also have the golems that are doing that sort of stuff. So, like, getting a little bit of cleaning done would actually make me very, very happy. And by that, I mean go and do some cleaning, please. There's probably not that necessary. But okay, that's totally fine. It's like on your way home. But yeah, if you'd like to go and do a whole bunch of cleaning for me, because the place is pretty messy. And then once you've done that, I think we can queue you up with some, maybe some slate statues. That might be a good idea. Someone's got some gutworms. Who is it? It's Billy, Kanka, Bear, Sail, and Bowler. That's not great. So they're going to be a little bit miserable for a couple of days. But there's not much we can do about that at this stage. We can slowly replace these walls. Good job, Per. And we've got one of these online. How are we doing for power? 500 and 1,000 ands. And the batteries are really not ticking up that nicely. But it is nighttime, so I guess that's to be expected. And are these on? That is on. I think that's on. I'm pretty sure that's on. Okay, cool. So we just need to get on top of that power situation by getting a little bit of wood scavenged up out of the walls here. We've got some cooking going on. How's Kanka doing? Cleaning. Lovely. Yes, lovely. Clean this room as well. I mean, if he can keep on top of this cleaning, that will make me... Oh, no, he's puking on the ground. Okay, and you're not cleaning that up. Okay, that's totally fine. Maybe clean up your own vomit. Or not. You know, maybe do other things instead. That's totally fine. Okay, so having Kanka running around and being a dedicated cleaner actually gives me a lot of happy. Wowee! That is an awfully large amount of smoke leaf joints. I'm very happy with that. That'll be very good to sell when the time comes around. Hold up, has the... Okay, cool. So I didn't notice, but the toxic fallout has ended. Good. So let's go ahead and set everyone back to unrestricted, and we'll copy and paste that and that. And who was it that was Who was it that was an undergrounder? I think it was... Was it who? Oh, crap. I keep forgetting these things. Undergrounder, careful shooter, vengeful clav? No. Was it bear? Was it princess? Gizzo? Evo? It's Evo. Okay, great. So Evo, you can stay indoors. Wherever the heck you are, there you are. It highlights when you've got them selected, so that's totally fine. Everyone else can go and do their own thing, and I will be happy for it. Gizzo's got a new combat skill. Fantastic. Let's get that checked in. So what can we do? Soothing Breeze. Oh, that's actually changed. The icon's changed. That's kind of nice. Nice. Rainmaker, Ice Bolts. Let's get some more points into Ice Bolts and versatility, and then let's pop another point into... let's get some points into Snowball and get that up and running as well. Blizzard might actually be nice to investigate too. Sugar, any points for you? Yes, 1 point available. Let's go ahead and plop that into, I guess, positive thinking and get that maxed out. Evo, would you like to learn how to upgrade your... I'm going to say, let's just go all in on the Shadow Bolt here, because that does seem to be bloody powerful. Gizzo, if you'd like to grab some points into self-aid, let's go more points in self-aid so you can keep yourself tended. And that was it, wasn't it? Oh, except for Bear. Let's get Bear moved up next to Gizzo, where she belongs. And let's see if we can select that button. 2 points available. They're going to go into, I guess, this and that. That looks good. Okay. And then that's it until Sail comes online. And Sail's going to be right here. And yeah, that's everyone with the magical ability. How are we looking for this? It's 425. Okay. What does this require? For 350, but it does require 80 Devil Strand, of which we now have 0, and it's yet to be fully regrown. So that is a bit of a problem. We might need to change out some of our planting here, so we can get some more Devil Strand in the ground, or we're going to need another outdoor Devil Strand zone, so that we can continue growing. I mean, I could put some in here, huh? That might not be a bad idea. It's a bit tricky considering our power situation at the moment. But you know what? I think it's actually worthwhile. Not enough steel, though, which is a little bit of a concern. And we're not mining any at the moment, but we are drilling some, or at least we should be drilling some from this deep drill. Hopefully, at some point. And it'd be nice if we could get all these corpses buried at some point too. Yeah, steel is back again as one of our biggest problems. But, nope, that's just the shirt. Never mind. Yeah, steel is one of our biggest problems, and we do need to really get on top of it. So, you know what? Cancel that. And let's rip the roof off this section again. Orders. Roof, remove. And we're going to strip this roof off like that. We'll leave it just sort of... So there's a little bit of an edge there. That's totally fine. We'll leave the pillar there as well, just in case we want to reinstall that. Let's toggle this bad boy back on, and we're going to toggle each of these back on. Now that we've allowed everyone to go outside, I would hazard a guess that Old Purr has managed to go ahead and... Whoops, that's our hunting. I would like to look at this forestry one, please. Yeah, okay, so we've got 400 and something trees designated out there. It's just a matter of waiting for someone to go out and harvest them and bring the wood back in. Bear's going to have a piss up, which is totally fine, you know. It was grand final day here today, so that's totally what a lot of people are doing. Not me, though. Not me. I'm having a quiet one today. We have struck some compacted steel, which is good news. So let me just cancel that. And then select this and mine connected, and okay, we pretty much had it all selected up anyway. I can see there's a few more bits and pieces of magicite appearing over here, which is fantastic, and a whole bunch of chunks that, quite frankly, I don't know if we really need to have this many chunks selected to be hauled, so let me just cancel all of those. Another bloody psychic ship, which is surrounded by a bunch of pikemen, and a bunch of lancers. Not too bad. Not too bad. We do need, though, now that I see this, we do need to make sure that our people have a reasonable amount of melee weapons. Because tackling all of those guys last time was a little bit hairy, but, you know, it's... actually, that's a good thought. If we're taking on those guys, then instead of using axes, maybe I should craft up... Yeah. Maybe I should craft up some kind of really nice mace. We're going to have to do that here at the machining table, actually. I mean, the decimation is good, but it's very, very expensive. Silver, magicite, plain leather. So let's make sure that that's suspended. And there as well. Okay. Is there some kind of big club and or mace? I mean, there's a glory maul here. Again, requiring 200 magicite. Demon's Fang. Staff. Yes, there's not really anything aside from just a straight up club. Which I'm not super duper thrilled about, I have to say. Let's check the weapons tab and see what we can do. So melee, by craftable, and let's sort by DPS. So we've got the decimation because, yes, it's amazing. Demon's Fangs, okay. Sabers, axes, spears, steel glory mauls, yes, also very expensive. We've got the Dane axes here. And then the first blunt weapon that we have is a steel mace. Okay, and then clubs are all the way the hell down here. So the best blunt weapons we have are these decimations, but they're jolly expensive so far as the magicite goes. So maybe we'll have a think about that. Okay, come and need material. Oh yeah, right. How can we get a whole bunch of Devil Strand really, really quickly? I mean, this stuff is growing. It's 55% grown, and it takes, what? Where is the grow time? 22.5 days. So there's another 10 days left before we get another, what? I don't know. Maybe 100? If we're lucky. We kind of need another growing zone, don't we? We do. Ooh, another party. Fantastic. Fantastic, guys. Get in there, enjoy yourselves, relax up. Sale, I'm not sure it's appropriate that you've cornered Princess and are talking about short people. I'm hoping that Princess was okay with that interaction because it didn't look very cool. She chatted about pirates, though. So, okay. I mean, that's cool. How do you feel about Sale? Where is even Sale? There. Okay, you're friends. Cool. That's fantastic. Okay. You're also very good friends with Eric, but that's because Eric is just a bang-up, super social person, and everyone seems to like Eric. And you know what? I can understand why. Eric has been here the longest, has sort of brought this colony back up from its previous completely terrifying destruction. So, you know, the fact that you guys all look up to him, I think, is pretty cool. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Eric is classified as the leader of this colony. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is fan-friggin-tastic. Getting through all of the corpses. We've got plenty of shells sitting out here that we don't actually need right now, which is fine. And we've got plenty of food coming in, which is great. How are we looking for corn in the actual freezer? Not so good. Not so good at all, actually. That's a concern. That is a great concern, my friends. Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. I mean, the egg situation? Fantastic. Not a problem. Heaps and heaps of SpaghettiOs. We're making... Yeah, okay. Let me change that. Let me change that. So, vegetarian, no corn. Okay. So here's where we currently stand. We currently don't have enough hay grass to feed all of our animals, and it's not growing fast enough for my liking. We also don't have enough food to feed the number of humans that we have, and that, my friends, is the most scary part. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull that down, and then let's go ahead and just have a look at what this looks like. So this is 13 by 13. So let's now have a look at building another building that can go here that's going to be 13 by 13. And then ideally I want a second one right there. Now I'm going to have to build some woody bits in there, and we're going to lose a tiny... Actually, no, it'll be fine. So with that, I'm also going to get some steel auto doors. We're going to have one, just one should be fine. And then let's go ahead and cancel out a couple of bits either side of this so we can mirror what we have up the top. A little bridge would be fantastic, so if we could do like that. And then ideally a little bit of wooden wall just to complete that in. We have found some underground plasteel, which is fantastic. So let's how am I going to mark this? Let me just put a little bit of wall there, and we'll take a copy of this here drill, and we're going to place that right there. And then cancel that out. That should be fine. Hopefully we can get those 2 drills in, but it does require a whole bunch of steel, which we don't actually have very much of. So it's okay. We can get there. We've got some steel that's coming up here, and we do have, we've dug a good way down through here and found a whole bunch of limestone. So that's pretty handy as well if we want to build some stuff out of limestone. Fantastic. Okay, so how are we looking? Let's go back to speed. Let's get this new growing zone sorted out. What we're going to need for that is ideally another bulb of each in each side. We're going to need some power to come in and connect up to said bulbs. And then once that's in... Really? Oh. Wow, okay. We made some human leather sandbags. How gory. And delightful. Honestly, that's lovely. Okay, so that being done should be nice. Let's make sure that this isn't set to be unroofed. It is not. So once this has been built, what we're going to do, because I do recall this being like lichen-covered soil. Yeah. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some tilled soil. And I'll just till the whole damn thing. It should be fine. We won't get this corner, but that's okay because the lamp won't hit that corner anyway. Recon armor. Hello, sailor. Now, that does mean that we're going to need a whole whack ton of steel and other goodies. But I think that this is the thing that we want. Oh, sorry. We need to make that at the fabrication table, don't we? So, recon armor. And, ooh, do we do recon armor or do we wait for full marine armor? Advanced component, plasteel, uranium. We have those things. I don't think we actually have that much plasteel, you know. How much do we have? 9. Okay, well we're gonna have to figure that out. So yeah, recon armor is pretty good. Holding off a little bit so we can get some full marine armor might be even better. But we'll see how we go. So, these 2 zones here. Per, what are you up to, my friend? Resting. Okay. Eric, what are you up to, my friend? Hauling steel to an autocannon turret. Normally, I would prefer you to do the things that I've just... Uh-oh. Bugger. Bugger. That was not what we wanted. And I'm sorry, friends. Thank you for bringing some magicite to sell to me. I'm sorry that you had to end in that way. But that's the way that's the way the cookie crumbles in RimWorld. That's the way it happens. Sometimes you step onto a map and you see a whole bunch of sleeping mechanoids and you just think, you know what would be a great idea? I should shoot that guy. Anyway, let's make sure that nobody's going out there, shall we? So let's just double check our zones. I'm going to use the Dear God Hide zone, which should I? No, I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow it. The drone is intensifying. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna have to deal with this then. So I think what we'll do next episode is we'll tackle this, but we also need to be very mindful of our food situation, both for our animals and for our people, because this level of... Oh, no, there's 1,300 corn there. What am I worried about? No, I should be worried, because that dipped down to basically 0 and we had to wait for that harvest to come in. So it is definitely a thing we need to get well on top of, and that includes, you know, getting some more corn in the ground. Ideally, what I'd like to do is replicate this sort of structure so we have corn and more Devil Strand, because we're hitting the limits of what Devil Strand production is doing, and then have another hay grass field here for the ducks. I think that's a good idea. I think that's the way we need to go, because at the moment, see, bingo food for ducks, and this, there's some down here, and this is 73% grown, but the last thing I want is for ducks to fall over, and then we need to start shoving corn into their faces to keep them alive. But the food situation, the mechanoid situation, we will deal with that next time. Friends, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you then.